Teaching as a profession in general is a hard thing to achieve due to the fact that it encompasses so many roles that all must be done extremely well. Looking at this assignment really made me think about why I became a teacher and why I'm here to stay. As Dr. Soni Naito says, it wasn't for fame, money, or status, from Lauder Education 2010. The reason that I went into the teaching profession was my passion. I love sharing my knowledge of all subjects with others. Aside from all the challenges that come with teaching, my passion remains stronger now than ever. Being able to watch the students' eyes light up when they finally get it is what motivates me to continue to enhance my craft and encourages me to want to do better for them. Dr. Naito also says that teachers have power, also from Lauder Education 2010. And I truly believe that through my passion, I do have power to inspire and encourage my students to look at the world around them in different light than they would have before. In order to truly define professionalism in a teacher, one needs to look at the 5 core propositions that were set forth by the NBPTS. The National Board for Professional Teaching Standards has laid out 5 core propositions that establish what professional teachers should know and be able to do. I feel that all teachers should demonstrate all 5 core propositions in their professional practice to promote student learning. The first of the 5 core propositions is that teachers are committed to students and their learning, from National Board Science Standards 2014. Professional teachers believe that all students can learn and that all students should have access to knowledge. That is where students' teachers' knowledge of their students and building those relationships plays an important role. Knowing your students is the best way to help them be successful in the classroom. Walden supports the NBPTS by stating in the Riley College of Education Diversity Proficiencies, Understanding the Learner. The candidate demonstrates awareness of students' prior learning, culture, family, and community values to improve teaching and learning. That's from Lauder Education 2016. Teachers often gather their information about students in the beginning of the year. However, I strive to learn about my students all year long. Asking students questions and engaging in conversations with them allows me to really get to know them, and it allows me to start conversations with them outside of the classroom. The second of the 5 core propositions is that teachers know the subjects they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. From the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. This proposition states that teachers need to have a rich understanding of the subjects they teach and appreciate how knowledge in their subject is created, organized, linked to other disciplines, and applied to real-world settings. From National Board Science Standards 2014. This is the area where my passion is the strongest. The third standard is teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. From National Board of Professional Teaching Standards. This requires teachers to create an instructional teaching setting that is constitutive to learning. The way my classroom is set up allows for students to be in a setting that encourages learning. This standard also addresses pedagogy and how a professional teacher utilizes a variety of instructional techniques to impact student learning. In my own classroom, I use a variety of techniques so that my students can absorb information through many facets. The fourth standard is that teachers think systematically about their practice and learn from experience. From National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. When I think about this standard, I think about reflecting. As teachers, we do so much reflecting. Did that go well? Did my students get what they needed out of that lesson? I am constantly reflecting on my practice and making sure my students have what they need in order to be successful. Walden supports this NBPTS by stating in the Riley College of Education Professional Dispositions, Professional Development and Growth. The candidate engages in ongoing professional development and growth to improve professional practice. This also requires reflections of the teachers to determine whether or not their practices are still beneficial in student success. The fifth standard is that teachers are members of learning communities. Professional teachers contribute to the effectiveness of the school by working collaboratively with other professionals. From National Board Science Standards, 2014. Throughout my week as a teacher, I collaborate within multiple professional learning communities, or PLCs. This allows me to work with other educators and professionals within my school and reflect on our practices to make sure all students are benefiting from our techniques. Using these standards to guide me, I will continue to grow as a professional educator. The field of teaching is constantly changing, forcing us to continuously be reflecting and making sure that we are constantly doing the best for our students. As a teacher, I want to use my power to continue to share my passion with my students.